delay creep waves, defend the towers. I think they needed that, and this will give them the ability to defend their towers while split pushing with Invoker and Terrorblade, and then that'll force Tundra to split up to deal with the split push, and that's where Nyx will find pickoffs.
It's a tough last pick because you could go for like just the PL, for example, but it feels a little bit ugly into that lane of the Timber, and then you might get forced to the jungle on the earlier end. And okay, they just go for the Big Daddy. And that's a little bit annoying for a Timber in some ways, but Soul Ring comes in and it's not this huge deal though.
I think it's a good pick, and I think it's a good pick because of the reasons I kind of mentioned before. Like OG is kind of slowing down this game with that last pick Hoodwink. They don't really have a lot of catch and disable outside of the Nyx assassins. So, and there's also a 5-position Nyx, so probably going to be a pretty slow game. And yeah, the split push coming out from probably Boots of Travel Lina plus an Enchantress creep plus an anti-mage. OG's going to have a hard time, I think, grouping up.
They almost never pick tower pushers on OG. It's like one of the things, because it's almost like they don't want to take the tower sometimes because they just keep baiting you into those bad fights like over and over again. You know what I mean? Like how many times do you fight them 3 times in the mid tower and just keep losing your advantage there?
Yeah. So I like Tundra. I think I think their cores look just much better on paper. I don't love this like no disable kind of 3-core from OG, so I'll just go Tundra 2-0.
Snake King? I don't know, Snake King undefeated Mirana coming back with a 3-3 tie. They get their big opener. I don't really think it looks like a bad tie game after everything that's happened. Like there's not really early BKBs, right? I mean, Thompson's going to try and get his on the earlier end, but then you got 7 Sumail who are kind of susceptible. So, it's easy to go for Tundra after they make that comeback in game 1, and I think I'll hop on the train.
All right. Using Snake King, undefeated Mirana. Tundra is undefeated everything at this point. They haven't dropped a single game yet. Let's see if they can continue that streak and take this 2-0 as my analysts think, or maybe OG will tie the series 1-1. We're finding out together with Lyrical and AY.
Prepare for battle!
Thank you so much again, Shiver. And yes, Aoi, we're into this game number 2. You said at the beginning that if Tundra found a way to win it, you thought it was going to go to the 3-0 series. Do you still stand by that? Were there things that you saw from OG that sort of gave you some hope going into this game number 2? And what do you think of the draft?
I think Tundra's favored in this draft. I think if the teams play the same as they did game 1, actually, I'm not sure, because OG, they played really well for the first half of last game. My same was like, if they play the same with that type of draft and they can win from that type of draft disadvantage, I feel like they're so strongly favored that they're good at 3-0 the series. I don't know though. This game, the anti trick was actually really good. I was thinking of like PL, but then you're picking PL into Timbersaw. Enchantress Anti-Mage should actually win this lane, I think, as long as Enchantress buys enough souls for the Anti-Mage. And I feel like 3-3 is going to have such a good game this series. People think that Timbersaw counters Tidehunter, and he does to a certain extent, but just because of how Kraken Shell works, the Whirling Death is not as effective against Tidehunter as he is against other strength heroes. So I think they have that going for them.
The other thing about that too is the game gets later, obviously. Tidehunter, like Refresher, Ravage is just so insanely good. You can see he's doing the same thing, so this is the build now. If you see a Tidehunter in your pubs with no items, either be really afraid or this dude like knows the Helm of the Dominator build and is about to kill with it. So keep your eyes out for that one for sure. But yeah, the starting here, the anti-mage, a hero that I feel like we've seen a little bit in these qualifiers. So you think it's just like the mixture of the laning stage, the matchup against the Terrorblade? Is there anything that he needs to be particularly worried about on Skitter?
Terrorblade is supposed to be an anti-mage counter. You get that reflection and mana burns him, you have really high armor, and anti-mage just has like the most pathetic stacking in the game, so you can hit him really hard in fights. But the thing about anti-mage this game is I think the lane versus Timbersaw is quite solid. You just mana burn down Timbersaw, and he's a really good mana void target for you later. Offline Timbersaw, if he doesn't have a good lane, he can't get to like Bloodstone and stuff. He has to go some stable tanky items, which means that his mana pool is always going to be relatively low.
It is a frustrating one to deal with for sure there. Seb can have to deal with that pressure coming out, particularly once the Enchantress gets a creep. Currently, they've only been body blocking that hard camp actually. So there is a Mud Golem that's spawned over on the medium camp. if eventually they want to get move over. But Skitter, down to 15 HP, but the salve will be passed over. And I don't know, it looked like maybe there's a chance there they could have gone in, but taking
he
the
still had the fairy fire. He was being very calm there, not popping that too early. And they did build up somehow sort of a double creep advantage, which is why they were able to pressure Skitter there. Just more creeps means they're stronger in these fights. Fada, he will bring out only Tangos actually. I'm surprised. I feel like they should bring out another Solve right away. Maybe even Tangos and Solve, because Anti-Mage, like, you need to be at full HP in order to trade. And how the lane works is you trade with your opponent, and then you solve up, and they solve up, but they've lost a lot of mana, and you have more resources.
Sounds to me. We've seen as we're actually getting a little bit of pressure up there top, but also mid. The really good performance from 9 last time around is just trying to bully back Thompson as much as possible in this laning stage, and already 11-2 versus that 7-2 from Thompson. 9 definitely standing out on this hero.
Yeah, it's definitely one of 9's preferred heroes. Top lane. 33, he already has his Helm of Iron Will. And, you know, terribly, he is free farming with that first meta versus no item offlaner. But I don't think 33 is that sad in this lane. He has an eventual pressure when he gets his Helm of Dominator, and he's even feeling pretty good right now.
Has the 5 regen, 6 armor. It's really good to deal with that type of pressure that comes in and sort of gives him some amount of sustain at the very least. So we'll kind of be keeping an eye on that one, but likely with 2 heroes having a bunch of armor, it's not going to be a ton of action. Down bottom, things still get a little bit testy with Skitter and Fada, as they are attempting to sort of deal with that aggression that comes out from the Hoodwink. So frustrating to deal with, and the Timber Chains through.
I just feel like bottom lane, it should be a bigger lead for Tundra here if they bought a lot of Self Enchantress. You don't need any net worth on Enchantress to be effective in the game, at least in the lane state, and he has realized that. He's gotten the Solve and Tango coming out, but a cool ward coming in from OG, both scouting bottom route and blocking that hard camp from Enchantress.
Very, very cool. Let's say they're in the mid lane, going to connect on to Thompson, but then the turnaround afterwards, and Knight and him trading a couple of hits, able to force back that Invoker again. And we saw Fada make the run over to that hard camp in the triangle, take away the Satyr creep, and now it's going to come back with it as the meta's popped up top. 3-3 able to back away. And both safe laners trying to deal with this pressure in different ways, and 3-3 definitely getting more farm, at least in the early part of it, as Sumail and him trading hits, looking for those body blocks. Sumail, I mean, this is such a hard kill. With the Anchor spec, he actually doesn't care at all. The Tail's just blocking him to nothing.
Yeah, just a combination of the damage reduction plus the plus armor from Helm of Iron Will, and even the level 2 Kraken Shell. This means that Sumail hits it for nothing. No, getting arrowed here.
Oh, the chance for a kill. Right clicks coming through, and first blood. Followed by 3-3.
And this is the best possible hero to get first blood, because how it works when you're rushing an item like Helm of the Dominator, you can sort of think to the Necroma back when it was in the game, is if you accelerate that timing, all of a sudden you kick your opponent out of lane that much earlier. And they are putting a little bit of pressure on Skitter now, but now he has his Ring of Health. He's feeling pretty stable in this lane.
Fight me!
Have the continual, actually Fada, just since they didn't win the lane at the start, is going off to jungle a little bit, getting these hard camps and taking them down afterwards. We'll see what he ends up doing with it, as Soxa does make the move on in, gonna get that clarity broken. And they'll end up in a little bit of a battle here. Bushwhack comes out, they have the net and the skeletons. Trying to soak up some of that acorn shot damage. Thompson wanted to be able to get in range there. Oh, but Soxa, does he go down? Right clicks, looking for the chase. It's not quite gonna get there.
He still has a fairy fire. He's pretty chill there. This is one of the strengths of Hoodwink, is that he just does so much damage on early levels because of acorn shot. And also, he's just 320 MS, so it feels very smooth to play him. All his stats feel honestly a little bit overtuned in my opinion. It's a very strong pick right now. Top rune. I want to get this away from Lena.
That was mid-leap. They get the second leap out afterwards. And Snaking, going it to get away. 9 looks like he's going to eat through that EMP. And the turn now onto Thompson. Misses the LSA, misses the arrow, misses everything, and they won't miss on No Tail. They find this rundown though. The Bushwhack comes out. Nice reaction. Oh geez. Coming together a little bit there in that mid lane.
And 9 has no TP. He actually walked home and TP'd mid, so he's ready for the 6-minute rune fight. Snaking's getting chased down here.
Yeah, Noxa makes that move, and again, this hoodwink. It's been so deadly throughout like all of the qualifiers in the regions that we've been watching, and again, showing its prowess.
Honestly, that was like a very weird sequence of events where you just had, you know, they're trying to kill a full HP Invoker. He has 1100 HP with a Fairy Fire. The 2 no tiles, which is a relatively tanky hero at this point. And as a result, like 9's net worth, he was doing well in lane, but now he's below Invoker. You can sort of see why Invoker's counterpicked against Lina. Because you have high regen, you burn his mana with the EMP as he's doing now. And Cold Snap is a great tool against him.
And the Bushwhack, long range, trying to bring down 9. The right click's coming through the urn. Is it going to be enough? LSA, but dead. Soxa attempting to escape, and as a Fairy Fire, he's fine too. Lina, after such a good early game, just getting wrecked. And the person making all these moves is Soxa. He is absolutely carrying OG through this early game. Look at these wards like that they place down too. It's just like this little triangle, and then also back behind the tower. They see everything.
I feel like there's a little bit of a weird disparity here. Like, where's Fada during this? He's playing Enchantress, probably the strongest roamer in the game. They didn't really win. Oh, big rotation for 9 bomb. This could be his catch-up.
Okay, that's what they needed. Seb gets caught out, and Skitter pairing together with 9, able to find that kill. Exactly what they needed.
Oh, and they're chaining this. Fada, he wants to get active here. He smoked up 9. And can they kill Invoker though? This seems like a little bit of a hard kill. They do have a dust on Fada already.
They have the net too. Enchant trying to get into position there for the net into Arrow, and they will find it. Arrow comes out perfectly in time. The Bushwhack get a little bit of separation though. Do they have enough? Trying to find the finish. A couple more punches goes in. The right clicks come through, and they get that kill. But Soxa hoping to find a little bit of retribution. No Tails moved in. 3-3 is here. 2 beats doesn't have the mana for Ravage. I don't know if they clicked on him or not. He's just body blocking No Tail. Everybody in the mid lane, with the exception of Anti-Mage, as the Infinite Shock goes out, trying to take down No Tail. Still not enough mana for the Ravage, and the Illusion almost kills Snaking, alive on 11 HP. As they chase them down, and it looks like with the body blocks, takes back over the Mud Golem.
Radiant's bottom tower is
What
still
about the Hole Boulder? But doesn't go for it.
Yeah, just 8 heroes in the middle lane at 8 minutes in the game, as we expect in Tundra. Snaking, he hasn't had more than 1 lead charge for like the last 4 minutes of the game. That's criticizing Fada's early rotations a little bit there, but he pays it back with dividends. You know, he's part of the play. Well, not really, to kill the Timbersaw, and he smokes his leader very quickly. They get tops in. I think he might also block the smoke coming in from OG. They want revenge here. Maybe.
Well, they have a lot of people though. 9's in the area too. And Centaur lifted up along with Fada. The Bushwhack afterwards. They're going to kill the Ench. And Skitter realizing it's a little bit spicy. Oh, turn. A chance. They have the hook cell backwards. Connect on the Seb. Able to timber chain through. So a trade there of both supports other's lives, but it's going to be Seb that's able to try and put the pressure on. But a good play here with the Helm of the Dominator creep, which is going to be keeping the creep wave off of the tower on the bottom side. Or
No, that's an Ench creep. The Helm creep is a top. There are so many. Just a lot of Ghost Push coming off for Enchantress and Tidehunter with this build. They really want to kick No Tail to the top. You cannot let the enemy 5 or 4 just sit in this lane, and the Helm creep is going to scout them out here. They have a stun to Arrow, maybe?
Good impale.
Structures are fortified.
Able to interrupt. He is going to stay up there. Tundra
Radiant's bottom
gonna
tower
try
is
and keep
under
that
attack.
pressure on now, and the mana burn. So annoying to deal with as this Tidehunter does have a soul ring. But
Radiant's bottom
they are
tower
going to
needs
mount
a
this
hand.
pressure here. Nobody else showing up at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Meanwhile, he pops meta, takes a free bottom tower, he's chilling. You know, Seb had a pretty good lane, and now Seb's just going to come top and defend his tower. This is a huge map control move from OG. If you can ever take the enemy safely tower and defend your own, it just creates this a lot of disparity in the map, like the map, I don't know, map control?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And now terribly, he's just gonna farm all of this area. Meanwhile, Antimage, he's sort of stuck farming waves as they push into him.
Ooh, Laguna Blade thrown out a little bit wild. 3-3 again, not quite there with the mana. No Tail chasing down 9, trying to find that kill. They buy back. This is double Centaurs as well. The Ravage will come out. They connect now onto tops and tries to get range. Hooks up number 1. Hooks up number 2. No, the push back. Interrupt, but hooks up number 2 comes out afterwards. Arrow gonna connect, but Seb able to block it. Thompson still living through it. They take down Fada, and 3-3 just has to back.
Radiant's top tower.
9 couldn't stay strong in that mid lane. And they end up punishing OG, looking good and snaking. He just came back to life. Brought down again. 9 hoping to find something, but he's already used his Laguna Blade here.
Radiant's
They
middle
will kill the
tower is
creep
not
wave, but
feeling
Seb,
the love.
he's hurt. He's gonna stand there and take it.
A little bit of space for Skitter there, but OG, they're just running them over. That was the Ravage expended, Laguna Blade. Even the first Pottermore is a very valuable ultimate, and they got nothing there. Sort of, you know, Snaking, he bought back right away, and he just dies back instantly. It's a long respawn. OG, they're getting map control, but the gold, it's still pretty even
His
here.
top tower might be going down.
This is that stuff from Fada. He's gonna get the arcane around. Able to dodge away from the bushwhack, but he's gonna be dodging away from this one. As Thompson finds the last touch there, these supports just get hurt. One for him. 3-3 guys. Also OG. All across the map, they're connecting with these kills, making the right plays. And again, it is space for the anti-mage, but it's anti-mage trying to get in towards that Battle Fury, and it's feeling like it's going to take Skitter a while.
I don't know if he's going to be able to stand against the terribly timing. Like, honestly, at this point, I'm already thinking about like how the high ground defense goes for Tundra, because OG, they have a lot of tempo in this game, and they do have the Alacrity Terrorblade. It might not be a high ground defense, but it's the same concept when, you know, you're fighting around these objectives, the tier 2s, tier 1s, and Roshan. I mean, it has to be off like bursting a hero with Ravage Arrow and Lina spells, but it's looking hard, honestly. Anti-Mage, he's not the type of hero that gets an item and put pressure on your opponent to help you come back from behind.
That is not really the game plan there. It feels like if there's going to be moves to be made, it has to be around like 9 and 3-3, doing some big stuff. And you talk about like being able to push this Terrorblade out of lane with the Helm of the Dominator creep. 3-3, they haven't taken that top tower.
Do you see the midway for Dire here? 3-3 has stacked up multiple ways with his Helm of the Dominator creep, just so that they could protect mid tower.
Oh, whoa.
And now there's going to be a triple wave here.
Yeah, it's coming in between the tier 1 and tier 2 right now.
So those are actually the top creeps. They hold all the top creeps.
Down bottom though, they catch Skitter. Oh no, they won't get him. Bushwhack afterwards. Instead, they're gonna find Snaking yet again. Will he die? Meanwhile, the Ravage for the turn. Cycle on. They're trying to kill Thompson. It's ambitious, but is it gonna be good enough? No. They can't get him. Now the rundown 9, hoping to escape, but there's nowhere to go. All of OG grouped together and taken down Tundra. What a finish.
Look at his move from Sumail. Instant fight into TP mid. He's going to chase away 3-3 and then hit mid tower. This is the best meta you can ask for. Kills into objectives.
Really nicely played there. As 3-3 is going to get ran down. Doesn't have anywhere else to go. Seb finds the final touch, and they are just getting stomped in this early going.
This did happen last game, and look at Tomlin.
It's true.
Anti-Mage, he's trying to catch up. There are like 14 creatures, but OG know this. Their objective come here is just to stop them from farming all these creeps.
Skinner does a little do-si-do action, but Seb moving in. Fox is there also. Skinner's just AFK farming. They're clipping the wave on him right now. All he wants to do is hit some creeps. They won't let it happen. And this creep wave, I mean, it could go the distance. This is going to be a lot of pressure. Hunting tipping 3-3 who started all this mess.
Yeah, all of a sudden this wave, it was supposed to give Anti-Mage a ton of farm, but instead it's just, you're just building up a huge wave. Timbersaw, he tanks a tower, and now you still have like 12 creeps here to do damage to tier 2.
Yeah, this is problematic right now for Tundra. Do they have, God, they still have a minute until Ravage is back up. It feels so impossible to fight without that. But at the same time, like, you can't just let them take this tier 2. Which it feels like they're thinking about it. Yeah, it's already in there. Mana Void. Oh, all right.
I like that.
Skitter. That got us a Battle
Good
Fury.
Mana Void.
Farming Mana Void.
Yeah, but look at Fada. It's 60 minutes in. He's level 5 on Enchantress. 0-6.
About to be 7.
Well, 6-6 there, man, but
Good. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's
just
Radiant called
I don't feel like Enchantress really had impact this game. Like bottom lane, I feel like he had to buy more souls, and then there was like they got all roams on the back sort of by a Ludwig. I don't think this is what Tundra's game plan was. Maybe the spirits on the hero, maybe something happened, like the breakdown of how they talked about the lane was supposed to go, but it just hasn't really worked out for Tundra this game at all.
A 3,000 gold lead into the favor of OG. Not insurmountable, but this is the type of lineup from OG with the Terrorblade that can take full advantage when you start to get a little bit of your lead and then just never let go of it. So we'll see what they need to do. Your thoughts for them and like objectives over the next couple of minutes for OG? Do they just sort of keep the pressure on, or oh, wait a minute, 3? God, they keep on finding Seb in this series, whether it's the Tidehunter last game or the Timbersaw this game, and it's really difficult to take this hero down.
Yeah, he's done a good job in both games, just sort of positioning himself where Tundra want to farm.
Scanning.
And
How does that even work?
I think the timing for OG, like the goal here is to prevent the enemy team's network from increasing. When you're ahead, it's better to get more ahead by preventing the enemy from farming than just farming more yourself. Because like gold disparities mean more, you know? Think about I'm 50k and 15k and you're 10k compared to I'm 25k and you're 20k. So 15k versus 10k is much more compelling. We can see that. He gets caught again.
Yeah, the right click's coming through there. Arrow. Laguna Blade, a chance for a turnaround. No tail. Doesn't have anything left in the tank to help his buddy. So they take down Thompson. A really big kill.
Snaking.
The bottom
just... Wait, he drank another creep wave to anti-mage mid there, so he got both top and mid waves. If you farm 2 waves, like 2 waves every 30 seconds, it's basically farming like 1200 GPM or something ridiculous. He's accelerating on anti-mage like crazy.
Could be a problem here. And I mean, the thing about this too is like, Tundra have been able to keep some pretty good vision out there on the map over the last few minutes that have enabled this type of stuff to happen. But they are going to eventually chase down and kill Snake King. So they find him bottom. He's staying up static.
That was a good turnaround, to be honest. OG were pushing towards 5k right now, right? And now the arrow has sort of gone up on the graph because, you know, anti-mage, he's just out-efficiencying them because of 3-3s pulling with HOTD. And then the turnaround count of Volga, like, that was huge. 9 was about to not have a game. They catch Enchantress, it happens. Just a boy trying to defend his tower.
These things are, this is the life that they're gonna lead now, it feels like. But yeah, it's definitely, the avenue back into this game is all through Skitter. He has to be the one to carry them here. They scan right where he was. Skitter, Arena, Courier goes right by and pops it. Again, caught, but not enough afterwards, actually. Now the bushwhack, Skitter jumping away, trying to escape, has Blink back up in a second.
His career has been
For the escape, but he solo gets the Courier kill, actually. But eventually will get brought down by that Spear Vessel. So a good catch there by OG. They managed to catch Skitter.
I was mousing over Thompson's Cold Snap range as he went towards Lena there. I think he was like 50 range away from getting Cold Snap and an additional kill. He's caught snaking. He caught meta.
They are falling apart right now on Tundra. Sunstrike goes out. Is it going to be on the mark? No, not quite. Snaking able to escape. I mean, I guess this is what they need to do, but they just keep on bleeding kills.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing like cops and robbers right now on the Tundra side, because you can't fight your opponent at all. They're too strong when they're together. So the problem is you're running around the map against an Invoker and a Nyx Assassin who are hunting you down. And Smell, he popped meta, he doesn't get to kill Staking, but they just use it to get another objective, and they go for Roshan here. A Macri Terrorblade, always a classic.
Wait a minute, look in the Dire base right now. In the Dire base, they're trying to snipe couriers with the help of the Dominator creep. They're not letting them get in there.
God.
Anything at all to slow down the game. That is unbelievable. I mean, they're taking Roshan at the same time, but they got almost control command right now.
Did he get any? He got two, like, he got No-Tail's Courier with this range creep. Dude, this has to be so annoying, because something that I really love about Dota is Dota as a game is inherently... Oh, wait 1 second, Thompson's kind of taking top here.
Hello, friends. Oh, he gets the arrow, though. Run away staking, but he is in a world of hurt.
He's not even bothering to use his last sleep there. But one of the things I love about Dota is the game is so complicated that a lot of the reason why top players make a lot of mistakes is there's just too much to do. If you added additional elements like, hey, I can't use my courier normally, I have to send it around the side, oftentimes it can lead to sort of like unforced errors from your opponent. I mean, I guess in that case it'd be forced errors,
Right.
but the same idea. And man, Tundra, they're behind, but they're being so annoying.
They really are.
Like-
It's unbelievable. Like they keep on catching these waves with Enchantress. Oh, will he get caught again? Looking like he's gonna go 0-8-2 here. As the break tornado lift up does get some heals afterwards, but ends up dying. Oh, Courier back in the base, looking for one more punch. Comes through. Oh, but he got into the fountain. Able to lift through it. Back and forth it goes.
Look how the courier has to move. As he dances on the top side, who wants to go back to kill a random range creep, right?
This is so crazy. Do this in your pubs, honestly. This is gonna be amazing.
God, this is insane levels of creativity coming off from 3-3. It's so cool to see plays like this because, you know, even though they're behind, you can really see like Tundra, they came back 3 times from over 11k gold deficits in this qualifier, despite going 7-0 until mid in this game. And you're really seeing now, like, even when they're behind, they're EQ every advantage, but OG, they don't want Tundra to have that chance. They want to go high ground now. Lacquer on Terrorblade, Metamorphosis with the Arcane Root, they're looking really strong there.
Yeah, you can do the cute plays, but it might not be enough in the end. They do take back over the Terrorblade illusions without a chance. Well, but the tier 3 tower is going down. Seb is up there tanking for him. Arrow does connect. And Fata gonna back out again. Sharpshooter not gonna get him the mark, but Fata gets hit by the Sunstrike. Not enough for the kill. Another courier goes down. No tails this time. But buildings are falling, and that is definitely the bigger objective. They're trying to kill another one. 3-3 out there on the map. They're not even in the base. They're just hunting couriers now. Fada dies. Meanwhile, Skinner just keeps on trying to go for the AFK farm play. They have definitely given up this Rax, as they'll take down 9 to boot. But in the mid lane, they're trying to pressure this mid tier 1 tower. They just completely gave up that Rax. But they do have another cut of the creep wave here. Terrorblade Illusion getting taken by the Enchantress and then pushing out top lane. Backdoor protection is up.
A rare micro mistake for 3-3 because he actually had a creep dragging this top lane, and the creep wave just magic kill. I mean, he did kill, like, he was doing 16 things at the same time, so we should forgive him for this. But they do eventually get the creeps, and without backdoor protection, they're going to take the Rax. Honestly, I think they took that through backdoor protection, so it's not like 3-3's mistake did anything. Sumail, he's just so farmed. There's S-Line Dragonlance Scotty, and over half a butterfly in 24 minutes.
It is impressive and terrifying if you are a Tundra fan or a Tundra player. But Sumail, definitely the king right now of the net worth, and looking to try and find a way to close this out, most likely around that second Roche. Still has the Aegis for another minute. We'll see if they try and do something else in that time period. But smoke up. Oh, 3-3, they do have that Ravage. But although on the Aegis Terrorblade, he said still a minute away. 9 gonna try and slow this down a little bit. A little big wraparound though. 3-3 and Sinking are looking for that back line. Jump forward, finds Fada. 9 gonna pop that Laguna Blade, looking for himself. Do they have an opening? Pops it right on top of him. Killing off that smoker. 2 kills. Well, they're trying to leave him for last. LSA, a little bit of kiting going on, but it's a Terrorblade. He is terrifying. Seb there to protect that TB as he jumps pretty aggressively in there, and the rest of Tundra, they're gonna back out. It was a buyback from Thompson. That might be enough for them.
That was 2 buybacks for OG. No-Tail and Fada also buy back during that fight, and you know, anytime you're behind and you can force on core buybacks on the enemy team, it always, in the back of your mind, you're always thinking, guys, we have a chance. If we clutch Thompson again, they're going to be down to core hero, and I mean, you can be the most hard hero in the game. You can't 1v5 in this patch without allies. You will get kited, you'll eventually get halberds, you know, it won't work. You need allies to stun them and disable them so you can hit them. Much like Snaking's getting stunned and disabled into his death fall.
And that was, again, just pulling these creep waves. They have Fada taking over illusions, and then they've got Snaking pulling the waves. They got another one as Skinner tries to take that one down towards mid, kills the wave, runs away from Sumail. They're being unbelievably annoying in this game on the side of Tundra. Like, I don't think I've seen something like this before in a while.
This is giving me the good old Cloud9 vibes, you know?
There
Fana
you go.
channeling our former team's energy. I'm loving it. I mean, honestly, from my perspective, having played a lot of these games, I think it's very, very low percentage that they win this game. But I thought the exact same thing about game 1, and they pulled it off there. So, I mean, he's just
Yeah, tried to TP out of there, but Nyx was right on top of him. So another catch there by OG. You can see the highest net worth at 25 minutes, 7th highest for him. So having a pretty freaking good game on the Terrorblade, if we say so ourselves. Definitely the time to do it in the grand finals for a TI spot.
Yeah, and this is oh, Skinner, he got caught here. He has no TP.
Oh, they also kill Fada. Looks like Skinner's going to be okay. He's backing out of there. Can they pressure this at all, knowing he doesn't have a TP?
The thing is, if you don't have your TP, you can't push lanes effectively. Like, just not having a TP takes away a lot of your net worth. Normally, he would like to be efficacious, farming 27-minute items. Hey, OG, look where their wards are. They're ready to deal with the rats, you know? There's no aggressive wards. I mean, they do have one bottom. But they're placing their wards just to deal with what Tundra is trying to do.
They do finally, oh, interesting. They do finally have a creep wave mid, but it's dead now. Backdoor protection disabled as up top there's also a wave shoving in. So yeah, the rat-tastic plays are finally going to have to be put on hold for the moment.
They're smoked up here. They have Ravage. They want to find Thompson. They know he has no buyback.
They spot him. There's the big jump potential. Do they go for him? No! They get the tornado. And Thompson too much on that mark. And the sharpshooter not quite going to connect. But a really good play there by OG to stop that pressure. Round 2, jump forward, Brandon. He comes down, he's on top. They bring him down. He gets exploded. He doesn't have buyback either. Yeah. Getting caught now. Can they kill him off? Tundra haven't lost anything. The chase down continuing. Oh, and I think the Trickery dropped an Ironwood tree to break his Timber Shade. That was really nicely played by Tundra as they explode the Terrorblade.
All right. They, holy like...
Are we getting a repeat?
I can't believe they're clawing their way back into this. They bursted a free farm Terrorblade with... Like, what did they just popped their BKB on Dina, and they just killed him. I don't know how to word it otherwise, and all of a sudden, OG, despite being so dominant this game, they might be still up to go to the HP with momentum and swinging.
Looking for a quick pick there, maybe getting a little bit grasping at straws for the moment as they tried to blow up Snaking, but it doesn't happen. Like we've seen this story before, Owie. Cold snap there, tries to catch onto one. They will get the pullback. Tornado afterwards. Arrow not going to connect. It's only a 3,000 gold lead.
I need to know in this game, like, how much gold the Couriers gave them, because it's very possible that these plays are only possible because of like the general net worth that you get from Couriers. Couriers are undervalued in Dota right now. One Courier can often be the same as like killing a tier 1 tower.
Look at the little courier, the little creep heading out on its mission. Thompson.
Oh my god, it's still there. What is that?
All right, take 100 gold. You know, you gave us some with the couriers. We'll give you some back there.
Like 100 gold to scout an enemy in their base is worth it, you know? Like, you're never really... The opportunity cost is very low for Tidehunter here. It's just such a beast play because there's so much attention, it's so much thinking power.
Thompson. Oh.
You'd have to get arrows here to die, though. I think... Ooh, they're setting up on him, though. They want this.
Yeah. Thompson, though, recognizing the potential there, is going to back out. Moonlight Shadow now, and then the retreat. It's wild, though. All those little plays starting to add up a little bit here for Tundra. But will it be enough? You still have, like you said, this free farm Terrorblade. And when he starts punching people, it hurts. Vision, 9. No tail right on top, has BKB ready. Not gonna connect. BKB for the turnaround. Laguna Blaze finding that kill into no tail, maybe not quite. Popping the mech afterwards. Have to be wary. Sumail doesn't have a BKB. 3-3. He has Ravage, but they're waiting. Looking for an opening. In some trouble. They get the lift up there. Now gonna go back home. Vana gonna die, and 3 also goes down. So they don't decide to jump with that Ravage. And now BKB delivered for Sumail in a moment here, at least. It's on the courier. Roche, how far away?
Roche-
30 seconds.
They don't use any of their big spells on Tundra, so they might potentially still be able to contest this Roche, and meta is going to be down. So despite OG winning, I mean, that was a good fight for OG, killing 2 heroes there. You do have a little bit of a timing window coming up for Tundra. Maybe if Skitter can split push bottom, force a bad TP, we might see like another miracle happen, because honestly, Tundra winning team fights in this game is honestly a miracle to me.
I mean, look at this. They're just waiting. They know that, like, this is the timing with the Tidehunter dead that they want to take the Roche. It's going to spawn right now. And no vision in the pit at the moment. Oh, it looks like they're going to get away with this one. Tundra not able to get there.
AM even. Oh, he's just being annoying. I think this read from OG was perfect, because even though, like, they don't know when Roshan's gonna spawn, right? If it spawns a minute later, they're gonna look silly there. But they understand that if they do not get this Roshan right when it spawns, they will be vulnerable. Now, because you have this Aegis, you're sort of compensating for the fact that you don't have meta. That, I don't know, Seb used a lot of resources, it doesn't matter, so they used Cataclysm. The Aegis covers for all of that, and now, you know, Tundra, they wanted to fight there. They smoked out for it, and they got nothing.
Smoke plate coming in from OG, snaking the one they're going to run into, drops the triple meteor, and No Tail with the stun right on top. Exactly what they're looking for. Would have loved a bigger kill, but I think they're happy with that one. So we'll have a pause now from Fasa.
That was Snaking's gem.
Ooh.
So he ran into the Nyx, but Nyx was uphill, and that's, I mean, they got this gem because they realized that they need to win every single fight in order to win this game. So you're investing, like, the biggest investment you can make in Dota is probably a rapier, you know? But Gem, to a lesser extent, is the support version of that, where you're saying, if we don't win this fight, we're going to be hugely behind. We need to take this risk. We're behind. Take some risk and come back. And, I mean, now OG, they have full macro control and a Gem. All these wards, not that they have any, are going to get completely dewarded.
Furthermore, it's going to give OG that confidence to know that we can play that aggressive way forward. We know that they don't have vision of us, and sort of have that confidence to take the fights on their terms. So it's looking like it's a dangerous territory right now for Tundra. OG, 11,000 gold up. Again, some of that from the gem. But are you feeling like the Anti-Mage is actually starting to come online and become this hero that we were worried about for OG in the draft? Like, does Skitter have the tools that he needs to take these fights?
So, what I thought about Anti-Mage in this game is I thought Anti-Mage Enchantress was going to win their lane. I thought they're going to trade cells for a lot of Timbersaul's regen, his mana, and then he's going to be able to pressure that lane. And I thought Timbersaul would be way lower farm. The fact that Timbersaul has so much farm is a huge worry for Anti-Mage, because I've actually seen games where Timbersaul can outscale an Anti-Mage. Like, regardless of the TV matchup, Timbersaul, once he gets to Aghanim's, Bloodstone, etc., I saw it specifically, I don't know if it's at TI or a major or whatever, but it was like Mu Dota on the Timbersaul, killing Anti-Mage solo over and over. And then you put in the fact that Terrorblade is, like, conceptually a good counter against Anti-Mage, just high armor, reflection against Anti-Mage, a lot of physical damage. It's looking really hard for Skitter to carry this game. However, like, I mean, they won that mid fight that I thought they couldn't do. They won last game, which I thought was completely over. Like, Tundra, they've been pulling some, like, skamazes out of their bag this tournament, and maybe this is one of them.
You goddamn memer.
I
love you.
I can't communicate like normal humans, so I have to talk in memes. It's the only way I can do it.
Look
I've
at
been
this.
playing Dota for the last 15 years, I have nothing.
You know what? If it works, it works. I think everybody listening has a good understanding of what you're talking about there. I mean, it's what it's felt like. Like, just how the hell do they keep on winning these fights and making these comebacks happen? But the question becomes, is it just one step too far in this game too?
So
Can
I don't
OG
think
pull it even?
Anti-Mage can carry this game. I actually think Lina can. Like, last game, Lina was doing so much damage. He was chunking like some 6-slot Tidehunter in a few seconds. 9 just finished his MKB. That's a lot of damage against Terrorblade. They're going for Ravage. Tries to find it.
Thompson didn't stand a chance to mail swap round 1. Oh, they found the right BKB already. And the chase down to Mail doesn't have BKB available. The right fight comes through. How is that the fight it takes? Sumail does manage to get out of there, though, it looks like. Thompson with the buyback is there for the help. Wow. What a swing. But the question is, now round 2 of this, you don't have Ravage available. Can OG just brute force this down? They don't have meta. Wait, they do still have meta.
Okay. Yeah, meta, but they don't have BKB. Is it like the worrisome thing? Some random arrow into Nina spells. Like, they're scared right now. OG. They use 2 buybacks.
It's really, really scary. Looking for that tornado opening. Finds Pata. Bushwhack now on to 9. He doesn't have his BKB either. They try to take him down. Catapult himself down. Able to get away. The Yule Scepter alive on nothing. But Skinner in trouble. Superstar jumps out of there. They lose the range rack. Sumail now with that alacrity. Turning on to melee. They don't want to give this up. Sumail finds another kill on the Snake King. Just from downtown fighting the punches. They got Laguna Blade back up. How long for BKB? 7 seconds for Sumail. He needs that little bit of extra time. They're looking for an opening here with an LSA, but they won't be able to find it. OG sensing no Ravage. The BKB comes out in time to Sumail as the chase down continues. Do they have anything left in the tank? 9 trying to live there. What happened? Sumail with the ultra kill, playing the carry, turning on to these tier 4 towers. They try and blow up no kill, not enough in the take from Skinner as they set their sights on a game 3 with the series even. OG. They're gonna run it down, find themselves Skinner, and try and finish this one out in style. No Ravage, no answer. OG to tie it up. Skinner tries to find some last gasp here for anything at all. 3-3, doesn't have Ravage, gets eventually buried into the ground, stun afterwards onto Skinner. They focus back all of their attention onto the Ancient now, and that is going to be about all she wrote. So they might think about diving the fountain for no GP out on this one. The buyback comes again from Snake King. Arrow out there, but it's not going to happen. We're all tied up.
That game got real spicy, real fast because Tundra, they had this great read on the team fights. They were able to take these fights that were insane, ravaging the